What is more fun than receiving chocolate? Eating it. Mishloach Manot. This is how we do it.
One of the mitzvot on the holiday of Purim, as spelled out in the Megillah, in the book of Esther, is the Mishloach Manot, the sending of gifts from one person to another. The basic mitzvah is to send to one person, but many send to many, many different friends. There are people with 40, 50 people on their list of Shalach Manos receivers.
You really are obligated only to give it to one person, and you can choose whoever you want to give it to. But the idea is that it should have two ready-to-eat foods. They can be the same kind of foods, the same brocha. It doesn't have to be two different brochas, but it has to be two separate items. And it does not have to be elaborate. One could take a paper plate with an orange and a slice of cake, and that would serve the purpose of Mishloach Manot.
People do all kinds of creative Mishloach Manot. The packaging is creative, the foods inside are creative, novel foods. However, that is all in addition to the basic mitzvah, which is two foods to one friend. The food that is used should be ready-made food. We do not use food which still needs to be cooked or baked or prepared otherwise. So you wouldn't send a raw steak as a gift, as a food gift for Mishloach Manot, or a bag of flour, or a frozen hamantash. It should be already baked, already cooked, ready for consumption. That makes it more joyful. It's ready to eat.
So what does this basket here consist of, besides this beautiful mask?
Well, the mask is like the main thing because it is Purim, so we dress everything up in the store with masks and clowns and all that kind of stuff. We always have clowns all over the place. And the basket, well, this basket just has everything that we make. It has nougat, it has chocolate, and it has chocolate-covered popcorn and candy. So there is no specific thing that everybody likes. There never is. I mean, there are some funny people who actually don't like chocolate.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know about those people.
We don't talk to those people.
How do you make chocolate?
Well, first of all, we buy the chocolate in bulk, in huge slabs, they're like 11-pound slabs. Then they go in this machine, which is a tempering machine. Tempering is a process of basically stabilizing the chocolate. You have to raise it to a certain temperature and then lower it. So if you look at the wheel, you'll see some like grey white spots.
Yes.
That's chocolate. It's not in temper, and it's not the same chocolate. It just doesn't taste really the same as the other because the consistency is not the same. Once it's dried, it takes the form of the cavity, and you fill each cavity with whatever filling you're using, whether it's a truffle mix or peanut butter, whatever you want. Then you close your mold with chocolate by scraping chocolate over the top. You invert your mold, and there you have your chocolates.
Okay, so to keep up with the demand, do you have to hire extra staff?
We do hire extra staff before the Chagim, especially before Purim as well. The staff that we have are absolutely wonderful, and I couldn't do without them. But we do have to have extra to cope with the extra demand.
So if I wanted to order a basket, for Mishloach Manot, how far in advance should I order one?
Well, that's the problem because everybody wakes up at the last minute and everybody comes knocking on the door 3 days before and gets very upset with us when we can't accommodate them. But there's really only 24 hours in the day, and we are allowed to sleep at least 2. So like 2 weeks in advance is good. It never happens, but we would like it if people would, give us at least like 2 weeks. Even a week's notice would be good.
Another of the interesting customs of the Mishloach Manot is that it should be sent. Sent means you don't deliver it yourself. You send it through a messenger. So typically people have their children deliver the Shalach Manos to their friends. It's interesting to note that in the Jewish tradition, when it comes to the mitzvah, the custom of food, candy for children and so on, it is a mitzvah for the children to give, to distribute the candy rather than to be on the receiving end.
What's the atmosphere like during Purim?
It's absolutely wonderful. As busy as we are, and we don't sleep, I certainly don't sleep for about 2 weeks before. I'm going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 7. It's the most wonderful chag. Everybody's happy. One of the advantages of being in this kind of business altogether is that it's a happy business. People are buying chocolate and gifts because it's, it's a happy occasion and people are happy to do it. But Purim especially, the kids get dressed up, and a lot of the adults as well, dress up in however they do. And everybody's happy. And the fact that you're giving a gift to somebody makes you feel good. Maybe there's somebody you've offended or you feel that you need to make good with. So, giving them a gift doesn't hurt.
This is Esther Ben Bihi, and that's how we do Mishloach Manot. Freilich and Purim.